telling a sample of how believing a future heaven creates a present hell. Can there any doubt that psychological time is a serious and dangerous mental illness? The normal, life identified or unenlightened state of consciousness, the power and the infinite great potential that lie concealed in the now are completely obscured by psychological time. Your life then loses its vibrancy, its freshness, its sense of wonder. We owe the parents of time, emotion, behavior, reaction, and desire are acting out endless repeat performances. It's graven to your mind that gives you an identity of sorts but distorts and covers up the reality of the now. The mind that creates an obsession with the future is an escape from the unsatisfactory present. Usually, the future is a replica of the past. Superficial changes are possible, but real transformation is rare, and it depends upon whether you can become present enough to resolve the past by accessing the present now. Like a shadow that follows you wherever you go. Yeah, right. You can never reach the point because you're at the point of now. There is no salvation in time. You can never free in the future. Presence is the key to freedom, so you can only be free now. What you refer to as your life should more accurately be called your life situation. It is a psychological time, past and future. Certain things in the past didn't go the way you wanted them to go. You're still resisting what happened in the past, and now you're resisting what is. Love is what keeps you going, but hope keeps you focused on the future, and this continued focus perpetuates your denial of now and therefore your unhappiness. Forget about your life situation for a while and pay attention to your life. What is the difference? Your life situation exists in time. Your life is now. Your life situation is mind stuff. Your life is real. When you're full of problems, there is no room for anything new to enter, no room for a solution. So, whenever you can, make some room, create some space, so that you find the life this earth underneath your life situation. Use your senses fully. Be where you are. Look around. Just look. Don't interpret. See the light, shapes, colors, textures. Be aware of the silent presence of each thing. Be aware of a space that allows everything to be. Listen to the sounds. Don't judge them. Listen to the silence underneath the sounds. Touch something, anything, and feel and acknowledge its being. Observe the rhythm of your breathing. Feel the air flowing in and out. Feel the life energy inside your body. Allow everything to be, within and without. Allow the essence of all things. Move deeply into the now. Ultimately, this is not about solving your problems. It's about realizing that there are no problems. Ultimately, this is not about solving your problems. It's about realizing that there are no problems, only situations to be dealt with the now, or to be left alone and accepted as part of the essence of the present moment until they change, or can be dealt with. Problems are mind made and needed to survive. They cannot survive in the actuality of the now. Focus your attention on the now and tell me what are the problems you have at this moment. I don't have any problem. I'm not getting any answer because it is impossible to have a problem when your attention is fully in the now. A situation that needs to be either dealt with or accepted. Yes. Why make it into a problem? The mind, unconsciousness loves the problems because they give an identity of sorts. This is normal. And it is insane. Problem means that you're dwelling on a situation mentally without there being a true intention or possibility of taking action now, and that you are unconsciously making part of your sense of self. You become so overwhelmed by your life situation that you lose your sense of life, of being. Or you're carrying in your mind the same more than 100 things that you will or may have to do in the future, instead of focusing your attention on the one thing that you can do now. When you create a problem, you create peace. All it takes is a simple choice, a simple decision. No matter what happens, I will create a no more pain for myself. I will create a no more problems. Although it is a simple choice, it is also very radical. You want to make that choice unless you're truly fed up with suffering, unless you have truly had enough, and you won't be able to go through with it unless you access the power of now. If you create a no more pain for yourself, then you create a no more pain for others. You also no longer contaminate the beautiful earth, your inner space, and a collective human psyche with the negativity of problem making. Your mind didn't have time to fool around and make it into a problem. In a true emergency, the mind stops. You become totally present in the now, and something infinitely more powerful takes over. This is why there are many ordinary people suddenly become capable of incredibly courageous deeds. In any emergency, either you survive or you don't. Either way, it is not a problem. The great deal of what people say, think, or do is actually motivated by fear, which of course is always linked with having your focus on the future and being out of touch with the now. As there are no problems in the now, there is no fear either. Should a situation rises that you need to deal with now, your action will be clear and indecisive. If it arises out of a present moment awareness, it is also more likely to be effective. It will not be reaction coming from the past, the conditioning of your mind, but an intuitive response to the situation. In other instance, when the time bound the mind would have reacted, you will find it more effective to do nothing, just stay centered in the now. Ask yourself, is there joy, ease, and lightness in what I'm doing? It may be sufficient to change the how. How is always more important than what. Give your fullness attention to whatever the moment presents. This implies that you also completely accept what is, because you cannot give your full attention to something and at the same time resist it. As soon as you are in the present moment, all unhappiness and struggle dissolve, and the life begins to flow with joy and ease. The moment your attention turns to the now, you feel a presence, a stillness, peace. You no longer depend on the future for fulfillment and satisfaction. You don't look to it for salvation. Therefore, you are not attached to the results. Neither failure nor success has the power to change your inner state of being. You have found a life underneath your life situation and the world on the level of your life situation. You may indeed become wealthy, knowledgeable, successful, free of this or that, but in the deeper dimension of being, you are complete and whole now. There is a playful, joyous energy behind what you do. There is a freedom from fear. You don't deny the situations and conditions, places, or people shouldn't make you happy and then suffer when they don't live up to your expectations. Everything is honored, but nothing matters. Born to born and die, yet you're aware of the eternal underneath the forms. You know that nothing real can be thwarted, and this is your state of being. How can you not succeed? You have succeeded already. Also, love is philosophy. To be free of time is to be free of the psychological need of past for identity and future for your fulfillment. In ordinary unconsciousness, habitual resistance to ordinary bodies creates an unease and discontent that most people accept as in some challenge. Accept as in normal living. When this resistance becomes intensified during some challenges or threat to people, it brings up intense negativity such as anger, acute fear, aggression, depression, and so on. The evil unconsciousness often means that the puberty is being triggered, negative will become identified with it. Physical violence would be possible without the deep unconsciousness. It can also occur easily whenever and wherever crowd of people or even an entire nation generating a negative collective energy field. So it is essential to bring more consciousness into your life in ordinary situations when everything is going relatively smoothly. When you learn to be witness of your thoughts and emotions, which is an essential part of being present, you may be surprised when you first become aware of the background static of ordinary unconsciousness and realize how rarely, if ever, you are truly at ease within yourself. On the level of your thinking, you will find a way to deal with resistance in the form of suspense, discontent, and the mental projection away from the content. On the emotional level, there will be an undercurrent of unease, tension, boredom, or nervousness. Both are aspects of mind and is a habitual resistance mode. Buddha taught that the root of suffering is to be found in our constant wanting and craving. So, how we can be free of this application? Make you conscious, observe the many ways in which your needs, discontent, and tension arises within you through unnecessary judgment. Unnecessary judgment. Oh, yeah. Okay, make you conscious, observe the many ways in which unease, discontent, and tension arises within you through unnecessary judgment, resistance to release, and denial of now. Anything unconscious dissolves when you shine the light of consciousness on it. Once you know how to dissolve ordinary unconsciousness, the light of your presence will shine brightly, and it will be much easier to deal with anything unconsciousness whenever you feel this gravitational pull. However, ordinary unconsciousness may not be easy to detect initially because it is so normal. Make it a habit of monitor your mental emotional state through self-observation. Am I at ease in this moment? It's a good question to ask yourself frequently, or you can ask, But look inside yourself. What kind of thoughts is your mind producing? What do you feel? Direct your attention to your body. Is there any tension? Once you detect that there is a low level of unease, the background state, see in what way you're avoiding, resisting, or denying life. By denying the now, there are many ways in which people unconsciously resist the present moment. I will give you a few examples. With the practice, your firm self-observation of monitoring your inner state will become sharpened. Are you polluting the world or cleaning up the mess? You're responsible for your inner space. Yeah, completely, definitely. Nobody else is, just as you are responsible for the planet. As within, so without. If humans clear air pollution, then the world also cease to create other pollution. No, the pollution was created at an early stage when your mind judged the present moment as bad. This judgment then created the negative emotion. But if you call some emotions negative, aren't you really saying that they shouldn't be there? That it's not okay to have those emotions. My understanding is that we should give ourselves an permission to have whatever feelings come up, rather than judge them as bad or sad that we shouldn't have them. It's okay to feel resentful. It's okay to be angry, irritated, moody, or whatever. Otherwise, we get into repression, inner conflict, or denial. Everything okay as it is. Of course, once a mind parent, an emotional reaction is there, accepted. You are not conscious enough to have any choice in the middle. That's not a judgment, just a fact. If you had a choice or realize that you don't have a choice, would you choose suffering or joy? Is your unease, peace or conflict? Would you choose a thought or feelings that cut you off from your natural state of well-being? The joy of life wouldn't. Any such feeling I call negative, which simply means bad. Not in the sense that you shouldn't have done that. Not just in a plain factual way, like a feeling sick in their stomach. Only people who are in a deeply negative state will feel very bad indeed. Would you create such reality as a reflection of how they feel? Humans are a dangerous insane and a very sick species. It's not a judgment, it's a fact. It's also a fact that sanity is there underneath the madness. Healing and redemption are available here and now. It's okay too. When you complain, you make yourself into a victim. When you speak out, you are in the power. So change the situation by taking action or by speaking out if necessary and possible. Leave the situation or accept it. All else is madness. Ordinary conscience is always linked. And so may with an denial of the now. The now, of course, also implies the here. Are you resisting your here and now? Some people will always rather be somewhere else. Their here is never good enough. Through self-observation, find out that is the case in your life. Wherever you are, be there totally. If you find your here and now intolerable, and it makes you unhappy, you have only three options. Remove yourself from the situation, change it, or accept it totally. If you want to take the responsibility for your life, you must choose one of those three options, and you mustn't choose now. Then accept any consequences, no excuses, no negativity, no psycho pollution. Keep your inner space clear. If you take any action, leaving or changing your situation, drop the negativity first. If at all possible, action arising out of the inside, and whatever required is more effective than action arising out of negativity. Any action is often better than no action, especially if you have been stuck in an unhappy situation for a long time. If it is a mistake, at least you learn something. In which case, it's no longer a mistake. If you remain stuck, you learn nothing, as fear preventing you from taking action. Acknowledge the fear, watch it, take your attention into it, be fully present with it. Doing so cuts the link between a fear and your thinking. Don't let the fear rise into your mind. Use the power of now. Fear cannot prevail against it. If there is truly nothing that you can do to change your here and now, and you can remove yourself from the situation, then accept your here and now, truly by dropping all inner resistance, the false unhappy self that loves and feeling miserable, resentful, or sorry for self, can then no longer survive. This is a call to surrender. Surrender is not weakness. There isn't a great strength in it. Only a surrendered person is spiritual power. Through surrender, you will be free and totally of the situation. You may then find that situation changes and without any effort on your part. In any case, you're free. Or is there something that you should be doing, but are now doing it? Get up and do it now. Alternatively, completely accept your inactivity, laziness, and passivity at this moment. If that is your choice, going to fully enjoy it, be as lazy and inactive as you can. If you go into it fully and unconsciously, you will soon come out of it, or maybe you won't. Either way, there is no inner conflict, no resistance, no negativity. Stress is caused by not being here, but the wanting to be there, or being in the present, but wanting to be in the future. Enjoy the flow of energy, the high energy of that moment. Now you're no longer stressed, no longer splitting yourself into just moving, running, working, and enjoying it. Or you can drop the whole thing and sit on the park beach. But when you do, watch your mind. It may say you should be working. You're wasting time. Observe the mind, smile at it. Die to the past at every moment. You don't need it. Only refer to it when it is absolutely relevant to the present. Feel the power of this moment and the fullness of it. Feel your presence. Are you worried? You haven't been what if, thus you are identified with your mind, which is projecting itself into an imaginary situation, creating fear. There is no way that you can cope with such a situation because it doesn't exist. It's the mental phantom. Become aware of everything. Feel the air floating in and out of your body. Feel your inner energy field. All that you ever have to deal with, cope with it in real life, as opposed to imaginary mind projection. Is this a moment? Ask yourself what problem you have right now, not next year, tomorrow, or 5 minutes from now. What is wrong with this moment? You can always cope with the now, but you can never cope with any future, nor do you have to. The answer is strength, the right action, or the resource that will be there when you need it, not before, not after. There is nothing wrong with striving to improve your life situation. You can improve your life situation, but you cannot improve your life. Life is primary, life is your deepest identity. It is already whole, complete, perfect. Your life situation consists of your circumstances and your experiences. There is nothing wrong with your setting goals and striving to achieve things. The mistakes arising in using it as a substitute for the feeling of God or faith. The only point of success, access, and avoid, and that is the now. You are the lifelong architect who pays no attention to the foundation of the building, but spends a lot of time working on the superstructure. For example, many people waiting for their prosperity. It should not come in the future when you honor, acknowledge, and fully accept in your present reality where you are, who you are, what you are doing right now. When you fully accept what you have got, you are grateful for what you have got, grateful for what is, grateful for being, gratitude for the present moment and the fullness of life, knowledge and true prosperity. It cannot come in the future, then in time, their prosperity manifests for you in various ways. So, keep up waiting as a state of mind. When you catch yourself in a sleeping waiting, snap out of it. Come into the present moment, just be and enjoy being. If you are present, there is never any need for you to wait for anything. So next time somebody says, instead of to having a kept you waiting, you can reply, that's alright, I wasn't waiting. I was just standing here enjoying myself. Enjoy in myself. Your life's journey has an outer purpose and an inner purpose. The outer purpose is to arrive at your goal or destination, to accomplishing what you set out to do, to achieve this or that, which of course implies future. But if your destination are the steps you are going to take in the future, take up so much of your attention that they become more important to you than the step you are taking now, and become more important to you than the step you are taking now. Then you completely miss the journey's inner purpose, which has nothing to do with where you are going or what you are doing, but everything to do with the how. It has nothing to do with the future, but everything to do with the quality of your consciousness at this moment. The outer purpose belongs to the horizontal dimension of space and time, and the inner purpose concerns the deepening of your being in the vertical dimension of the timeless now. Your outer journey may contain a million steps. Your inner journey only has one. The step you are taking right now, as you become more deeply aware of this one step, you realize that it already contains within itself all the other steps as well as the destination. This one step then becomes transformed into the expression of perfection, an act of great beauty and quality. It will have taken you into being, and the light of being will shine through it. This is both the purpose and the fulfillment of the journey into yourself. It will nourish you as long as you haven't realized your inner purpose. After that, the outer purpose is just a gift that you may continue to place it because you enjoy it. It is also possible to fail completely in your outer purposes, and at the same time totally succeed in your inner purpose. Or the other way around, which is an actually more common, outer riches and inner poverty, or to indicate the reward of yourself as Jesus put it. Ultimately, of course, every outer purpose is doomed to fail sooner or later, simply because it isn't subject to law of importance and all things. Impermanence of all things. The sooner you realize that your outer purpose cannot give you a lasting fulfillment, the better. When you have seen the limitations of your outer purpose, you give up your unrealistic expectation. The issue make you happy. and you making it subservient to your inner purpose. You mentioned that thinking or talking about in the past and unnecessary is one of the ways in which we avoid the present. But apart from the past, that we remember and process anyway, but isn't there another level of the past within us that is much more deep-seated? I'm talking about the unconscious past and the conditions of our lives, especially through early childhood experiences, perhaps even past life experiences. And then there is our cultural conditioning, which has to do with where we live and geographically and the historical time period in which we live. All these things really determine how we see the world, how we react, what we think, what kind of relationships we have, how we live our lives. How could we ever become conscious of all that or get rid of it? How long would it take? And even if we did, what would there be done? What is the life and what illusion stands? There is no need in masking the unconscious past in you, except as it manifested at this moment as a thought, an emotion, a desire, a reaction, or a sudden event that happens to you. Whatever you need to know about unconscious past in you, the challenges of the present will bring it up. If you devolve into the past, it will become a bottomless pit. There is always more. You may think that you need more time to understand the past or become free of it. You know, the course that the future will eventually free you of the past. This is delusion. Only the present can free you of the past. More time can never free you of access the power that is the key. So, deal with the past on the level of present. The more attention you give to the past, the more energized it, the more likely you are to make it yourself and out of it. Don't misunderstand, attention is essential, but not to the past is past. Give attention to the present. Give attention in the behavior to your reactions, moods, thoughts, emotions, fears, and desires. It's occur in the present. There is no past in you. If you can be present enough to watch all those things, not critically, analytically, but non-judgmentally, then you're dealing with the past and dissolving it through the power of your presence. You cannot replenish yourself by going into the past. You find yourself by becoming into the present. It's not able to understand the past, also understand why we do certain things, we act in certain ways, or why we are conscious and feel a particular kind of drama, parents, in relationships, and so on. As you become more conscious of your present reality, you may suddenly get certain insights as to why your condition and function in those particular ways. For example, why your relationships require certain patterns, and you may remember things that happened in the past, or see them more clearly. It is fine and can be helpful, but it is not essential. What is essential is your conscious presence that dissolves the past. That is the transformative vision. So don't seek to understand the past, but be